Bonjour. Hello. So welcome to Imaginaction. What is Imaginaction? It's actually the branding we came up with to gather all of our creative services at AVW Tel. So this goes from video production to 3D animation, going by one of the things we'll be concentrating on this afternoon, which is the watch-out system. What is the watch-out system? It's actually a software. It's built as a timeline, so it gives us the opportunity to can in a show in a linear manner, so we can call up different playbacks and all of the cues actually within the timeline. So everything is tied in. We can end the show. Obviously, we can't press play and expect it to be 2.5 hours later right on time, so it's several things are on cue, so we bring them as we need to go on, but everything is canned into the show. That's one of the main features of the watch-out system, the timeline. We can show that to you at the tech table later on if you want. Another of the key features as we take away our virtual plasma, here I'll show you what's behind what you see for the moment. So we're going to put up the grids, so get the system naked to show you what's underneath. So basically, to give you an overview, we have 5 displays on this show. So you see 2 displays, so 2 projectors that are blended into the centered screen. So these are 2 displays right here. You have one on each side, the vertical screens. Those are the 3rd and 4th display. And we have a 5th display here that's used for the plasma that's integrated into the podium. So basically what Imaginaction or Watch Out offers us for your events is to take all of these screens and have them interact together for more dynamic presentations. I'll give you an example of this by taking a red ball, which I stole from my children, and I'll show you how this reacts. So when I take the ball and lift it up in the air, see how it just goes around every display we have available into the room. So this, I'm sure you're getting several ideas, so if you're not just in the ball business, you can work with other items, such as your logo or a trophy. What we did last week for an event in Quebec City, we took the logo, the trophy of that gala, so it left one screen, went to another, ended up into the podium. If you have sponsors in your events, you can have that, the logo of the sponsor that's coming up on stage at the podium to present a prize. You have his logo and his name in front, so to maximize the visibility that you're offering your sponsors. So several stuff we can do. I'm going to step off stage so you can concentrate on the visuals, and I'll comment over that so to give you an idea of several other functions that we can use with the system. The first of those is the HD capabilities. The Watch Out can handle full HD, so there's no compromise on resolution. When you bring in the medias into the system, we're pixel to pixel. So if you have an image of this resolution, we can pipe it in without any compromise on resolution. One of the advantages is that you can pipe video feeds, as you can see, within other objects, instead of having every time having the regular picture-in-picture, the rectangular shape as we can see down there. You can just instead put the video feeds in every other shape. You see a good example here. So instead of the perfect rectangle, you just give it different shapes and sizes. Some of the transitions, one side is giving place to the other feed. See the spy on that other corner? We can key elements and integrate them directly on top of other medias, such as we did here with the spy. Transitions, interesting transitions, instead of the cheesy or simple PowerPoint transitions. I often say that the Watch Out is like PowerPoint on steroids, so that's pretty much it. You can take one image and just blow it on every display, so once again for more dynamics. The goal here is to use a tool that can really have your delegates involved in your presentations as opposed to a more passive way of watching presentations. Once again, you can bring up several picture-in-picture feeds. That can be 3 different videos or 2 videos and camera image in the between. You can move those PIPs instead of always having the inserts at the same place. You can blow them up and scale them without any loss in resolution. Different effects that that are basically the same that you'll find in graphic design software such as Photoshop and After Effects, so people remain in the familiar environment. You see here another interesting way to go about picture-in-picture, giving some movement into the actual PIP instead of the standard rectangle. As I mentioned, everything is done through layers, so you can put just anything atop another object, such as keying. We do green screen footage to key that green effect directly above with the lower third keying of the name of the speaker with his logo, her logo. So that can be put atop other feeds. It can be video or still images, as you can see from the examples here. So it's a very interesting way to present your speakers instead of the standard boxes piped in over the backdrop. In a setup like this, the watch-out system allows you to have your projection as a set. It's a virtual set, basically, so you can play with that any which way. Examples of full HD pictures being projected without any loss of resolution or color. Other effects that you'll find in Photoshop and such, blending mode, so you can bring images through other shapes. In this case, there are hands, so you'll see you bring the video feed within the shapes that are the hands in this case. Multiply effect, add-on effect, darken effect. So these will be very familiar with to your graphic designers or production company, so they will be working within a known environment, so they can give us the medias and we pipe it in the watch-out system. Because we do a lot of production, but we do often act as consultants when you do work with a production company or that you already have graphic designers within your organization. So that pretty much wraps up the fast run of all of the features the watch-out system can offer. What I could add is that, as I mentioned, you can build a set. It's a virtual set. It acts as a set, even if it's, of course, a media server that allows you to bring up all of the playbacks and the IMAG, as you can see here. But with the backdrops, the backgrounds that it offers, it really acts as a virtual set and non-static set throughout your event. So you can change the mood ongoing throughout the days of your event. Other thing, I was asked a question because you say, oh yeah, this is can look like an overwhelming setup. How can that apply to a smaller event? That's the thing, is that Imaginaction, the watch-out system rather, was actually designed by Dataton, that's the company, for exhibit booths and museums. So actually you could only have 3 plasma screens interacting together, and that would be a watch-out show. So this is an example of how you can blow it up and for larger events or more effects, but it can be a very more modest setup, but still the goal is the same, is to really captivate your audience. So I'm going to walk, that's pretty much it for me. So as I walk off, we'll let you with an example of production we can do in-house, because everything you've seen this afternoon was produced by our creative services at David W. Telab, so we can offer that service for you. If you don't have the graphic designers or production company with you, we can take your event and being on board throughout the production. So, thank you very much.